All right, so today is the 4th of July, and that I'm recording this podcast episode. So you're probably going to hear pops and bangs and screeches and swoops and all sorts of things because I live in a small town, and this small town allows for fireworks to be launched, in town and in the street, and it looks like a war zone's going off. There's smoke in the streets and everything. It's a wonderful time to be in America. But anyhow, today we're going to be talking about living your life intentionally. Do you live an intentional life? That's the question I'm going to ask and help you understand how you can actually start doing that. This week on episode number 136 of The Relaxed Male. This is The Relaxed Male, a show that comes to you each week helping men to remove the nice guy from their life so they can actually live their life on their terms. Join the host, certified coach Brian Goodwin, as he helps men step out of their heads and become free from the thoughts that bind them. Hey man, hello and welcome to Relaxed Male. All right, so before we get ourselves started on talking about what intentional life is about, wanted to first off remind all y'all that August 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I am going to be down in Moyers, Oklahoma. If you wanted to join, you can go to relaxedmale.com/tears, and that will take you over to, hold up, let me double check that. Yes, that is exactly what it is. relaxedmale.com/tears. That will take you over to their Eventbrite page, and you can sign up and get everything set going there. And then you can jump over to K River Campground's website over at kriver.com and be able to get your camping area set up and reserved. And I would do it fast because it is filling up pretty darn quick. So anyhow, guys, if y'all can make it, there's going to be Jeep, music, camping, good times, lots of veterans who just want to be able to hang around other veterans, mentally reset with each other. This is going to be a great thing. And I encourage everyone who can make it over there to K River Campgrounds to go, because it's going to be a great time. And also, guys, I want to say thank you very much to the new guys who showed up. We have just had more and more little amazing spikes in listeners each past several weeks. And dude, this is just absolutely amazing. And it's cool that I'm seeing these spikes kick in, and they're getting just a little bit higher and a little bit higher each and every time. So we are growing. Y'all are sharing your stuff out, and I cannot be tickled pink, any more tickled pink than what I am right now. Guys, if you're first time to the show and you're just now listening, here's the deal. This show is meant for you. This show is for men who are tired of not getting what they want in their life. They are tired of having that nice guy inside of them who is just screwing everything in their life up. They want to get rid of that nice guy and kick him to the curb so they can start living their life with intentionality and living their life on their terms. You're at the right show. This is the podcast for you, because that is my whole soul mission, is to get rid of the nice guy. The nice guy has screwed my life up so much. I got tired of him. I have friends who have gotten tired of the nice guy in their life and have kicked them all out. And they have been able to just their life has started to go on an upward trajectory each and every time they get rid of the nice guy and start living their life on their terms. So this week, talking about living your life with intentionality, being intentional on what you want done. So what does this mean? What is to live with intentionality? Well, and when we don't live our life with intentionality, when we don't have an intentional life, what that means is that we just kind of follow the crowd. We're just like, everybody's coming over here. All right, well, we're just going to waddle over here. And it's a lot like lemmings. Lemmings they just all kind of run along with each other. And suddenly all of a sudden one decides to jump off a cliff and everybody else does. Kind of like how your mom used to ask, if everyone else is jumping off a cliff, are you going to? Well, in the case if you're not living in case you're living an unintentional life, yeah, you're just going to follow the crowd. You're just going to do whatever everybody else is doing, whether it fits in with your life and your ideology or not. You see this a lot in teenagers. Teenagers, they are chasing whatever the end thing is. No, it doesn't matter how much it really agrees to their lifestyle, to what they want to be seen as. They want to be seen as just cool. They want to be a part of the group instead of standing out. They think it's better to blend in with the crowd instead of standing out and being your own, instance and your own being. And so that's why so many people, it's so dangerous right now because of the fad of the whole gender stuff going on, because being gender fluid, you've got teenagers and stuff and even younger kids who are just like, oh yeah, that sounds like that's me. They're not even taking into account, no, you're not going to fit in at that age. That's the thing about teenagers, is they don't fit in anywhere. They are just weird and awkward and don't know anything, but yet they think they know everything. And so they just are bouncing off of anything and everything, hoping that they can stick to something. And all of a sudden they've got these teachers who are going, well, you know what, being gay or being gender fluid probably is what you are. And they're going, yeah, that fits. That's probably me. And so they jump along and start going down this really dark road because they don't have any intentionality. They're not living their life for a purpose. They're living their life because they've had somebody else say, hey, you'll fit in if you go over here. And they try to stand out more. And in doing so, they look like everybody else. It's kind of like, in the 90s when tattoos started to become really, really popular. Everybody was getting tattoos. I didn't get any tattoos, but everybody else was getting tattoos. And slowly but surely, all of a sudden, everybody was getting them because they wanted to. It was an expression of themselves. They wanted to look different than everybody else. What the sad thing is they were looking different than everybody else beforehand. But more tattoos they covered themselves with, and the more they got tattoos on their hands and their necks and all over their body, all of a sudden you're looking like everybody else. Everybody else has tattoos. Everybody else has got some type of representation of that very same tattoo that you have. And why? Because that was what they thought would have been a way to live their life and be different, because they were told by other people, hey, I can be completely different. Now, if you you have tattoos and you've got tattoos on and you still absolutely love them, good, rockin'. Hey, you keep it up. You enjoy who you are. But for me, I was just like, yeah, dude, I don't care to look like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to do that. And so I still don't have any tattoos. There's a couple times I've really wished I had gotten a tattoo, or even still kind of wish I get a tattoo. But will I ever? Probably not, because I really just don't have a reason to have a tattoo on my body. I think there's some that I see that are really beautiful. They're really cool, but no, I just don't care to have a tattoo because I like sticking out like a sore thumb. Honestly, I am okay with being the weirdo that is, just standing out there, letting my freak flag fly. But our young folks, they really don't even know who they are or know what they are about or know what they believe until about the age of 26. And I've always joked, especially with my kids, age 26 is when you hear the pop. And that's when you successfully dislodge your head from your butt. And it's right around the age of 26. It's when I got it. My son actually heard the pop a couple of years ago. He actually was a little younger, but he heard the pop, and he really started to straighten his life up and start living a life in direction. But still, even after that, even if you're over the age of 26 and you're not paying attention to what you're doing and questioning why you're doing stuff, then you're still kind of following the crowd. You're not living with intention. And because of that, you're starting to run into a lot of different problems. And when you're not living your life on your terms, you don't really know what you believe in. You're not really sure what to do that actually makes you happy. You do stuff that feels good. And that's why a lot of people get into addictions. That's why a lot of people fall into drugs and alcohol and sex and things like that, is because, hey, it feels good. Is it what they are really needing? Typically, no, that's not what they're really needing. That's what they're kind of after, but that's not what they're really needing. But when you start living with an intentional means, you start looking at what different aspects of your life actually mean to you. Nice guys don't do this. Nice guys, they try to take what other people's thoughts are and make them their own. It's not theirs, but they really wish that they could. They want to be like everybody else. They want to be liked by everybody else. And so they use everybody else's thoughts. One moment they may be on the left side of the aisle, and then they're talking to a bunch of conservatives, and so they're over on the right side of the aisle. They have no specific set of thoughts. They may pick up some talking points, but when you dive deeper, they're just like, and they really get uncomfortable when you start diving deeper because they don't even know what's underneath the surface. They are very, very shallow people. But when you start living in life on your terms, you have those answers. You have a set of standards you're going to hold on to. You are about those standards. You know what you believe, what you don't believe. You know where you're going, where you've been, and how you're going to try to get to where you want to be. So what are some signs that you may not be living with intentionality? Or what are some signs that you might want to start living with intention? If your life isn't going the way you want to, if you find yourself sitting on the couch day in and day out, wishing that you had gotten further down the road in life, wishing that you had done this, that, or these, or the other stuff, anything else, or you're wondering where your life has gone. You look back and 25 years has passed and you're going, damn, man, where did that go? You're living your life without intention. You aren't making plans. You aren't making goals. You aren't setting scary goals. If you're not doing those, you're not living your life with intention. You feel burnout and there's pressure at work and everything else. That's an example of you not living in life with intention. A lot of nice guys do that because they did what their mom wanted them to do. Mom wanted them to become a dentist. Mom wanted them to become a doctor or a lawyer or something, while, little Johnny just wanted to be a cowboy. But yet he became a dentist and quickly realized he hates spending his day with his hands in other people's mouths. And because he's doing that, he feels that burnout. Nice guys are famous for doing this, but you may find yourself running around putting out other people's fires. They've got an emergency and you're running over there to put out that emergency. Then you're running over here and putting out that emergency. And you're running over here and over there. And then all of a sudden you've got all these other things and you're not ever looked after yourself. That is you not living with intentionality. You start asking yourself disempowering questions. Why can't I ever get this right? Why am I so fat? Why am I such a loser? Why am I such a moron? All these disempowering thoughts that you may have. That is you not living with intentionality. If you feel like your life is you're stuck in the spin cycle of a washing machine. You're just going over and over and over and over and over again. There's nothing to look forward to in your life. That is you not living with intentionality. You have no intention in your life. So what do you do? How do you engage your life? Slam that puppy into low gear just so you can get out of that rut and start living your life with intention. First off, dude, have some standards. Get some standards. What do you stand for? Is it life, liberty, pursuit of happiness? Whatever. That's what those three things are. Those are standards that America has set for itself. Is life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Not that you can catch happiness, but you can pursue it. Listen to what you say to yourself. Listen to how you respond to other people. Are you just saying stuff to get along, or are you actually speaking your mind? Are you afraid that other people are going to hate you because you don't say exactly what's on exactly what they want you to say? You're living your life without intention. If you start stating your mind, you don't have to be rude about it, but you can state your mind and do it in a respectful manner. You can have arguments and you're okay. Have a plan. Do you have a plan for your life? How are you going to get to where you want to be? If you don't know, then that's something you probably need to work on. Once you make those plans, next thing you need to do is start following those plans. Start making small steps to get to that overarching plan. Dream big and go for it. Now, you'll hear a lot of hippy dippy people who talk about living your life with intentionality, and they refer to it in a way to be able to make you feel happy, make you feel good all the time. And I'm going to let you know that's not how you live intentionally. That's you living life in a constant struggle, because you can't live life 100% of the time in joy. It is 50% pain, 50% pleasure. Those are the two states that you can live your life: pain and pleasure. Everything, all the good, positive emotions, they're on the side of pleasure, and all the crappy, unwelcome emotions, they're on the side of pain. But guess what? You have to have those pains for the pleasure to be exquisite. So yeah, you have to live and be okay with the fact that you're going to have negative emotions in your life. Besides, you don't want to run around being happy all the time. You don't want to be joyous and cracking jokes and being a ball of sunshine at your grandmother's funeral. No, you want to be sad. If you're at a friend's funeral, you're wanting to be sad. You want to grieve. That's normal. That's how you're supposed to be. So if all of a sudden you're sad because, your best friend died, and you're going, well, I've got to be happy. I got to be happy. I got to be happy. No, you're not living your life in intention. You're living your life very unintentionally. You're living your life according to somebody else's ideas of how you should be living your life. That's why I'm saying dream big and go for it, but also have boundaries for other people, because other people will see you making headway, and they will come in and either A, try to sabotage it, or B, try to steal your thunder. And for that, you have to be able to set those boundaries and then enforce them. And then finally, once you have all that taken care of, make sure you have your priorities straight. Those priorities, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, it's God, family, friends, me. No, you're bass-ackwards, man. It is God, you, family, and then friends. You have to take care of yourself before you can ever help your family, before you can help your friends. You have to make sure you know where you're going, how you're getting there. And with those priorities, you can actually make sure that you are taken care of, so your family and your friends are as well taken care of as you are. So how do you live life with intention? You live them on your terms. That's where that whole phrase comes from. You're living it on your terms. I am not going to sacrifice my standards for somebody else. Those are not my terms. I am not going to give up who I am because somebody else doesn't like who I am. Those are my terms. You can live your life on your terms. I am going to be a $100 million a year coach. Those are my terms. Your terms going to be something completely different. And that's good. Stick out like a sore thumb. Nobody honestly cares whether you follow the crowd or you don't. As long as you look like you are going at it with a sense of purpose. So guys, with that, I want to thank you. This is a fairly short one, but I wanted to go ahead and make sure I got this out and put up and ready to go for Thursday night morning. So guys, if anything in this just resonated with you, please share it out with your friends, your family, all of those. If it's caused you to think of somebody in particular, hit that share button on your podcast platform and share it out to that person. Hit that share, send it as a text message, hit that share, share it out onto Facebook or Instagram or Truth or Gab or, whatever other podcast platform you're on. If you hit the screenshot and share it onto Instagram if you want. There are many different ways that you can share this out. Let people know that there is a show out there that's to help men become the best men possible. So guys, with that, I want to thank you very much for listening. I'm going to go finish watching the world blow up outside, and y'all take care. Love y'all lots. We'll see you next week. Till then, bye.